Hi guys, Teresa here. How are you today? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Teresa Lysum, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my January beta program that I'm running for 4 weeks come 2022. And in the interim, I felt I needed to let you know what it was all about so you can make your decision. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Hang on a second. There it is. This helps me stay on point. I'm going to move myself out of the way and hit the play button. There we go. Okay. So thank you so much for your interest. I so appreciate you and celebrate you for taking the first step to at least jump on and get the information. And then you can make your decision from that point on as to what you want to do come January. But you have to make that decision a little bit sooner than that. So I'll tell you that shortly. But I celebrate you and I applaud you for wanting to make a change and do something different, become a bolder version of you. So let's get started. Too many of us are just not living our dreams because we are living our fears. That would be me. This is one of my ways of stepping through being comfortable with being uncomfortable and moving forward. I am one who am tired of my own excuses, and I decided I could help women who are tired of their own excuses, and together we can make small energy tweaks, little small steps to help us move confidently into the future and take the next step with some confidence. So we're going to take a deep breath and muster up the courage to take that first step. So let's go ahead and do some deep breathing. Now, I hope you can see me because I can't see myself, but I am going to stretch out my arms, take a deep breath in, hold it for a second, and then exhale it out as I wrap my arms lovingly around myself with an exhale. And then inhale, my arms open to the side, deep breath in, hold it, exhale, and wrap my arms lovingly around myself. And then one more deep breath in, hold it, and exhale it out, and lovingly wrap my arms around myself. So we are embracing ourselves as we boldly step forward into the future. And you're here because you want to reinvent yourself, because reinvention brings you closer to who you want to be and what you want to do. And because you know there's something that you should be doing, or you've been meaning to do, you're meant to do more than what you're doing right now. You just know it. Maybe you're not sure about it, but that's okay. So reinvention is all about changing for the better with intention. That's my definition of reinvention. Reinventing myself was all about making a change, taking some action to do something different with intention, with a conscious choice, with conscious planning and action taking. That's my definition of reinvention. And that's what I want to help you do. I want to help you move through that process a little bit faster than what I did. I just heard this the other day that I wanted to share with you. So many people spend too much time judging and belittling themselves, really never realizing that they're negating their own life force. That really hit home for me because I tend to be very hard on myself, even for little things. And when I saw this statement that I'm actually negating my own life force with those little teeny self-critical criticisms, I decided I probably need to stop that. So I remember feeling less than others. I was never good enough, never good enough. I always felt like I was living in my mom's shadow. She was a very dominant personality, very needy, needed to be the center of attention. And therefore, everybody around her was left in the dust, in the shadows. And I have no animosity towards her. I totally understand it now. And I have forgiven her. And that's all she knew. She did not know how to handle that. She did not know how to grow beyond that. I doubted everything I did, which I still do. Not everything, but I doubt myself less now. But yes, that was something I felt most of my life. I was intimidated by just about everybody. So I would hold myself back because I felt less than them. So was invisible. I stayed in the background or on the sidelines because I didn't feel I had any value and I was not worth and had nothing to give to that group, to that person in front of me, to that, whatever, that situation. Anything I had to say was really not worth anything. So I didn't open my mouth. I was afraid to say certain things or certain words because I didn't think it was possible for me. I was at a workshop many years ago in the beginning of my doTERRA journey, and we were asked where we wanted to be in a year within our business, what rank we wanted to be within our business. And I was so doubtful that I could achieve anything that I couldn't even say the word. I couldn't say the rank that was a possibility. Like I couldn't even believe that it would be a goal that I could possibly achieve. It was just a weird, because I remember it distinctly, thinking that in my head. So I remember feeling like I had, or I have more to offer, not really sure what it is. And others could have lots of nice things except for me. Things always worked out for other people, but maybe not so much for me. So that is things that I've felt over the years. How about you? Have you felt any of those things? And maybe different things, but very similar. The basis being unworthy, not enough, not good enough. Those are all the underlying root of all those feelings. So after I thought back through my life, I realized that, hey, I have reinvented myself more than once. And I started to list them out, and this is what I came up with. I don't think this is everything, but it is some of the major ones that came to my mind. I married right out of college, had my first baby within the year after that, and I had to redefine myself as a mom. And I distinctly remember, like, I don't even know what that means. How to be a mom, like, I don't even know. So I had to figure it out and create myself, reinvent myself into a mom. I then became a teacher, which I had already had the credentials, but I had to go back to school after I haven't had some kids and reinvent myself, get back into the workforce, and start to see myself as a teacher again. Then I was a wife and a mom, and my husband got deployed. And so I was on my own for a period of time, and I had to reinvent myself to be an empowered, independent woman. And I remember him coming back and saying, like, when did this happen? Like, how did you become this person? He even saw the change in me. Then in my career as a public art teacher in the public school system, I reinvented myself to become a computer teacher. So I had to take action to become that computer teacher. At one point, I was dissatisfied with my teaching career, and I reinvented myself as a massage practitioner. And I did those two roles, those two identities in tandem. And then now I have transitioned from a teacher to an entrepreneur. And I'm still inventing that role of myself as an entrepreneur. somebody, a close friend of mine, was thinking that these were just roles that I stepped into. And you may see that as well as roles that you've played during your life or put on these different hats. And that is true. There's a fine line between a role we're playing and a reinvention. So that you have to think for yourself. Did you reinvent yourself, or were you just playing a role? Again, for me, reinvention is intention, intentional, conscious decision-making behind that new identity. And you may agree with that and you may not. That's okay. I had to change my mindset around each one of those. Every time I reinvented myself, I had to grapple with, how does that look? What am I going to be like? What am I going to think like? How do I show up for that particular reinvention, that new identity? I love this quote. You are far too smart to be the only thing standing in your way. I was always standing in my way. What's going on between my two ears has held me back way too long in my life, way too frequently. So it's a constant changing of my mindset. It's your brain that needs to change to do that reinvention, go through that reinvention process. So where are you right now? You know, what's your struggle? What are you thinking about? What have you tried to move forward with a different identity, a new reinvention of yourself? How long has this been going on? You know, how long have you been struggling or trying or moving through, like you're moving through molasses? And where do you really want to be? You know, what new role, what new identity, what new version of yourself do you want to be? And we just got to figure out how to get there. Are you ready to rewrite a new story? Because your life is a series of stories that you have written about yourself. And maybe this is your time, this is your opportunity to rewrite your story into something that is really, truly what you want this time. And we're going to work on that. So let's together go from scared to prepared, from timid to empowered, from afraid to being courageous. Let's just make small tweaks to a new you. And we're going to do that during our Redo You program with some tools and resources that I have used myself. And I have a whole repertoire of things to pull from. And I'm just going to offer you some of them. We may not be using them all throughout the program, but we know that they're there. We're going to learn about the hero's journey. I'm going to walk you through that and show you how that goes. When I learned this, it was a big epiphany for me, like, whoa, you know, where are you within this cycle? Where I am in terms of helping you. This is just a nice little concept to understand. Some of the tools that I have to pick from, to pull from, these are all here. I've used all of these in different ways. I'm using many of them right now all the time because this is a practice. It's a process. It's not a one and done deal. At least for me, it's a constant, ongoing movement forward using all these different tools at different times. Books, I find so much help and empowerment from different books. There are so many people that bless us with so much information and tools and resources that they want to share with us to help us get to a better place in our life. So it's fabulous to take advantage of everybody out there. And these are just some of them. I had a beautiful library of books that I've had to cycle out of my life for right now. But these are ones that I have, used throughout my process, my practice. And I have so many more ideas for you. If nothing else, I'm going to completely suggest The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge is a fantastic book. I'm sorry I don't know the author off the top of my head, but it is all about making small incremental steps, creating these small positive habits that change the trajectory of your life. Doesn't have to be huge and immediately transforming, but if you do small little incremental things and you keep on moving forward with them, your entire life can change and will change. So I highly recommend that book, whether you jump into my program or not. Just keep feeding your mind good stuff daily, multiple times a day, and you will transform. Affirmations, I'm big into affirmations, so I wanted to share some with you that you can take with you, whether you jump into my program or not. But these are 2 of my affirmations that I say every single day. I expand in abundance, success, and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. Today is an incredible day. Success, prosperity, and abundance in many different forms have naturally found their way into my life today. These 2 have been with me for quite a long time. I just smile when I say them. Affirmations change your brain patterns. Essential oil kits. Everybody who is in the program will be getting some essential oils. I love essential oils. I am surrounded by them at all times. They are high vibrations, high frequencies. I truly believe that they enhance my life on so many levels, physical, emotional, spiritual. So I use them constantly. And of course, I want to share that with you, just like my other tools. And these are some of them I chose. I don't know if you're going to get them all. I haven't decided if you're just going to get a couple, if I'm going to put them into a blend. I'm still thinking on that, but I intentionally and purposefully picked out ones that I thought would fit perfectly with what we're trying to do. Green mandarin. Who doesn't want some oil of pure potential? And motivate. Of course, we want oil some oil blend to motivate us. And bergamot or bergamot. Of course, we want something to help us with self-acceptance. So it may be scary to start. Maybe you don't really know where to begin, but if you can commit to taking small incremental steps to build a strong, energetic foundation over time, you'll eventually change your life. So I'm encouraging you and throughout the program to pick one thing to start with. Just start off simply. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, and get comfortable with it. Then repeat, then pick something else and get comfortable with it. Then pick something else. And then eventually things will change in a big way. I love myself enough to let my light shine. I speak my truth and show the world who I am. That is something I'm embracing right now. I love myself enough to let my light shine. So I am speaking my truth and showing the world who I am with this program. This is huge for me. So I'm working through my comfort zone. I'm stretching my comfort zone with this offering of this program. So we're going to rewrite your story, redefine yourself, reinvent yourself, redo you. 4 weeks in June. I wish it was June. In January, it doesn't start till the 9th. I have family here until then. And we're going to be working together as a group. But if you want some extra private calls to help you really customize the tools and the resources for you, then that is going to be a little bit more. So exclusively for you, it's going to be $50 for the 4-week program by December 15th. I know I have to have a deadline to kick myself, light a fire under me to make a decision and to make a commitment. So by December 15th, $50. When you're ready to send me the money to hold your spot, we'll just use PayPal. So make sure you connect with me and we'll make that happen. And then for an extra $50, we can add those extra phone calls in there. This is huge for me to ask money for this. So this is a way of me extending my comfort zone just with the value of asking for money. Okay. So I love helping people, but I'm trying to teach myself that I have value and I'm worth the exchange of money. So $50 is a very, very minimal cost. This is the lowest it will ever be. It's only going to go up from here. So you are the first ones to jump in at that price. After that, it will only go up because I believe it must, again, just for my own personal growth. If you have any questions, you please make sure you ask me. So what you want also wants you, but it's waiting for you to make the first move. We have to make the move. We have to take the action so that other actions will be shown to us. We will get inspired by taking an action, and then more inspiration will come. And I'm talking to myself as well. So I am here right with you through this whole process, learning and growing myself as well. So let's do it together. Let's do all of this together and support each other and cheerlead for each other and mentor each other and collaborate with each other to make it happen for each other. So that's my sneak peek. I thank you so much for being here and giving me some of your time. I am honored to have spent this time with you. Let me stop my share. It means a lot to me. And I hope you're eager to jump in and explore and see what we could do come January. Okay, my friends, thank you so much. Please connect back with me. Email me, text me, call me the old-fashioned way, and we will make this happen. Okay, my friends, thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.